6 kill spree for TCM. Monsi contesting the hard point, picking up a huge 2-piece. Can he get it done? Monsi with 3 right. Can he get that? Monsi has just done it. Window and take off. The cover with 1. The cover with 2. Oh my God, Japan! Get the feeling. Champion home, TCM 2. Oh my God, Monsi. Coming up behind, just puts top of the flag in. Baby. Oh my goodness! Anything with that, and now Flux is pushing forward the next hard point. Oh, 2-piece by Flux. It's going to be in the middle of the map. Oh, don't do it, Flux. It does! Turns on Nate, shot for the 3. He's taking too long to get away and get that bit off.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Gfinity Tower, so the Gfinity Studios for our third reveal show. We're going to be telling you more teams that are attending G2 tonight. And again, you probably think we've kidnapped this guy and then we just bring him here every week. Brice.
Hello.
You're back here again.
I am glad to be back here once again. You have kidnapped me. I haven't moved since last week.
He's lying. We do let him go home. We feed you and everything. You're making these people think we're nasty.
They throw me tidbits
Just
into the
some
studio occasionally.
Well, we're on a budget. We're on a budget. Thank you for joining us again.
That's not a problem. I love being here.
We've got another sort of action-packed show. So towards the end of the show, we'll be revealing the next 4 participants for G2. We'll recap who we've invited so far, who we've revealed so far, and then
this is an action-packed show today.
This is good. I mean, it couldn't be more action-packed. If Bruce Willis walked in here now in a white vest covered in blood, it couldn't be more action-packed.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Well, we won't finish that sentence because if you've seen the films, you know where it goes. So the first thing to remind you guys of is that on our show on Tuesday, our very good friends at Mad Cats very kindly donated 2 Freak mobile headsets for you guys to win. Now, the way that you were to win those was on Twitter. You love these, Brice.
These are great. These headsets are amazing. Like I said, you can use them on anything: PC, Mac, tablet, smartphone. They've got an inbuilt mic. We talked about this in the last show. They're really a great headset. So you want to get your hands on, take it away. Take it away.
Thank you for the
I felt I was doing a showcase. I wanted to just go.
I love it. Thank you for the cue. So the way that you can win this is on Twitter. So there'll be a link to the original tweet that we put out going out any second now. Do make sure you retweet that. Make sure you follow us at Gfinity and of course Mad Cats at Mad Cats UK. You can be one of 2 very lucky people to walk away with one of these. Great stuff.
Fantastic headsets.
I feel like my conscience is being, sort of cleansed because we're giving free stuff away, but we won't talk too much about the stuff that's on my conscience. It's not
it's a late night show. Exactly. It should not be this one.
We'll save it.
Yes.
Now, we also spoke on Tuesday about the fact that we're finally opening the doors at G2 to spectators.
Yes.
Great chance for people to get involved and be up close and personal with their favourite COD players.
Yes, well, we've heard this before. Obviously, we recapped it in the last show. People want to be here. I mean, this Gfinity, last one's a little bit close. This one couldn't be more open. You've got more teams than ever. You've got qualifiers. And now you've got the spectators as well. What more can we do?
Well, the great thing about the spectator tickets is all the information currently is available on the website, gfinity.net. Now, those tickets will go on sale on at the end of our next show on Monday. So straight after that show, one of our guys will click a button that goes live and those tickets will be available for you guys to buy. You can either buy a day pass for £30 or a weekend pass for £55. It's great value. There's a limited number available, so you really don't want to miss it. Brice, there's absolutely no reason why anyone should not try and come to the show.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, this is like you said, this is up close and personal with the professionals. People want to be here, people want to watch. This is your opportunity. Do not miss this. We're not doing it again. I'm joking, but I'm just saying, people want to see these professionals. They want to see this is an incredible COD. If you are a big fan of Call of Duty, professional or not, have to be here to watch.
And one of the other things we discussed on the last show was the fact that the difference between G2 and G1 is that we're opening up an element of it to qualification.
Yes.
We announced the first qualifier. Registration for that is tonight at 9 PM. So don't miss that. That's through the website again. Gfinity.net. So if you and your mates, or you've got a team that you've never really competed before and you want a chance to be at G2, you stand that chance of being there should you win that tournament. And again, it's another example about how people that might not think that they have the opportunity to be playing in and around the realms of professional Call of Duty players to really kind of take a step up that ladder.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's open now. This is, there are certain teams who can get invites. That's obvious. But if you deserve it and you want to be here, there are more opportunities now than ever to get yourself to this event. And who wouldn't want to be here?
Absolutely. And honestly, registration tonight is at 9 PM. You really don't want to miss it. Some of the stuff you need to be aware of are the fact that you need 4 players a team. There's no subs, no pickups. Must be over the age of 18. You've got to provide your own transport and your own accommodation. So get yourselves there, put yourselves up, and every single one of your players must have registered on the website. Otherwise, you won't be able to take part. So now's your chance. At 9 o'clock, you'll be able to take the opportunity. Fantastic. I can't wait to see maybe little underdog creep through and hopefully do well at the tournament.
Yes, we will see some underdog can hang.
We've got a bit of a surprise. We like surprises.
Oh, we do like surprises. It's very much a Gfinity thing. Surprises and all that sort of lark.
Well, the trouble is we try to keep the studio a secret location, but bit by bit, people are actually finding out where we are. So we wish it was that glamorous. But we're finding people are knocking on our door now. So we necessarily didn't invite this guy on, but we've got to bring him on because he turned up and he asked if he can come and talk to us. So we've got Acid, the prophecy manager, joining us right now. Come and join us on the sofa.
Thanks, guys.
How are you?
Not bad, how are you?
It's good to see you. I'm actually noticing now that across the 2 sofas there's a serious imbalance of hair. There's actually no hair on this sofa and lots of vertical hair.
Well, usually we're not allowed in the same camera shot together.
That is some impressive. There's probably 3 or 4 cans of hairspray.
It's the first and last you're going to get this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's.
I feel a bit uncomfortable there.
I feel like I'm looking at George Clooney and Johnny Depp.
Who's who?
Well, I wouldn't like to say actually. I don't want to offend somebody. How are you, mate? How's things?
Yeah, great.
So there's been a lot of speculation as we start to roll through the reveal shows, announcements about who's going to be at G2, who's not going to be at G2. So we've had a lot of requests to confirm. Will Prophecy be at G2? Won't Prophecy be at G2? Why don't you tell us?
Unfortunately, Prophecy will not be attending G2 there's obviously a couple of reasons. But you will not be seeing Prophecy at this G2.
And what's the main sort of reason for that then?
Well, obviously we had Dylan, we had Madcat on the team, which we knew we had to replace anyway. And obviously, I know from Gfinity 1, you get a chance to replace one player in the contract. So we knew we still had to find a 4th. So we've been looking. We said we're not going to have a look till after I-Series. We've been looking out there, and people available. There isn't someone who would be comfortable with, someone we could bring in and feel like, look, I'm comfortable bringing him in, because then we'd have to find a 4th replacement on top of that. So technically we had to find 2 new players, which, as anyone knows right now, is not easy to do.
So it was never just a case of replacing people for the sake of replacing people. You want to make sure you've got the right players to play the right role, so that it doesn't sort of take the team backwards.
Yeah, as much as I'd love to be able to just bring in 2 people, fund them there. Then after that, if they went somewhere else. It doesn't work. Business, Call of Duty, I like to build a long-term team. Sometimes it doesn't work, as people see, but I always aim to build a team for the long term. So I would never, ever, as much as I'd love to be able to, Nick and Gunch, be able to fund them, get them here, they know deep down that I wouldn't ever just bring in someone for the sake of it.
Sure. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think that's probably the right attitude. Well, sitting on the outside.
So you're saying you're not picking me and Martin up? Is that what you're saying?
There's still more to announce.
I wouldn't pick me up if I were you. Honestly, I'm literally the worst player there ever is. But anyway, it's going to be really sad not to have the Prophecy guys and you guys at G2. We are big fans of Prof Life, and we've had 1 or 2 hangovers to prove that it's a very real thing.
Just the 2.
Just what 2? Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll embellish later. Right. But no, so we're sad that you guys can't be there. But we see what you're doing. So what's next for Prophecy? What does the future for Prophecy hold?
Well, at the moment, obviously, because we won't be at G2, which means it's pretty much physically impossible for Prophecy to be at ESWC now, which then leaves us, there's not any events of any scale to look for. Obviously, you've got Reflex, but then again, getting another pickup team to go over to Europe is costly. So then again, I wouldn't do that. So I was having a word with Gunchy at Gamescom when I was out last year. It's like, look, if we can't get a team for Gfinity, what do you want to do? And we both agreed the best option would be, look, let's get ready. Ghost is coming. It's not that far away. There's a lot of stuff we can do to prepare for that. We can look who we want to bring in, And I've got a lot of time now, so I've not had the time that I can do a lot of work now with sponsors. Really build the brand up. Like, I've been building it, but recently I've not been able to push it, so I want to push it, build new plans, and just hit 2014 running.
Alright, so it's literally now's the time to, because you've got a sort of a natural break,
Yeah.
you know, sort of take a step back, reflect, and then really attack next year.
Yeah, like a lot of people thought, oh, is this the end of prophecy? It's like, no. On Twitter when I said it, was like, look, this might be the end of us for Black Ops 2. That is it. We're going to come into Ghost harder. Like, I've literally got so much lined up that I want to do that, like I said, this might be the breath of fresh air I needed just to get it done. So this could be the best thing for us.
Great stuff. Well, thanks very much for letting us know. We look forward to seeing what the future for Prophecy holds. So before we reveal the next 4 participants at G2, let's have a quick recap about who we've announced so far. 7 teams so far: Vitality, Millennium, Caliber, TCM, Ozone Giants, Inferno, Complexity. Some big names have announced so far.
Yeah, they are really big names. That's a cracking competition. You have just them teams, it's going to be a really good competition. I'd probably put 1 or 2 above some of the rest, but we've still got some big names to come. And yeah, I think overall, well, no, I was going to say everyone's happy, but they're not. No one's ever happy.
No one's ever happy. Yeah.
We've always said we keep a very close eye on, you know, the stream chat and Twitter and what people are waiting for. Don't worry, they are coming. There are still lots more teams to come. But yeah, at the moment, I think most people are happy. I don't think there's anyone in there you can just cross off and say they don't deserve to be here. And I'm genuinely looking forward to the rest of the reveals.
Right, well, speaking of which, it's probably time that we tell you lot at home who the next 4 participants for G2 are going to be.
The back, and knows he's got the teammate and support to cover that. Shane manages to make that kill. Goes for the 2-piece, picks up the 2-piece, played by Shane there, and now he's going to live away, gets the 3rd as well. That's huge from Shane. That middle match, just trying to pick up a few kills around the enemy flag, unable to actually land enough bullets to make the kill, but he is going to be provided with support by his teammate. That's Josh. But we're on board with Shane now, once again trying to pull this flag now. Mr. Bamboo.
Oh, PT, my friend. 20 is doing what he does best. He's just sitting somewhere and being the human turret that he is.
Pretty much, he has caught in that lightning strike. That's going to connect.
Great job there,
One.
Oh, this is just amazing right now. Swanee.
Oh my god.
That looked good from our end. And if we infuse the pushing in here, and they could actually get a flag pull. Jay needs to run with that now. He's got brilliant cover by Bissell. Can they get this flag away? There is tech players around, and this is fantastic cover by Bissell, even if he's just putting shots in to distract them. Let's go Mo Jake. Is that going to stop him? The answer is no. He's going to
be able to get this in.
Oh, that's such good. Oh, the flag goes in. Fantastic play by Josh, because you didn't have his sprint. Josh picks it up, don't dive straight to the flag.
That was good
crazy.
Play, Josh there. As you said to me, knew that his player didn't have the sprint, knew that he wouldn't be able to dolphin. Push over. Are they able to pick that up? Yes, they are. Some good fights happening. Oh my god, excellent! Can they get themselves back into this best of 5 series? Of course, they are currently trailing 2-0. This, of course, will make it 2-1.
Yes, he can. Finnish is on fire at the moment. He's locking this down by himself. One more player, and they should be able to get this home with incoming score streak once again. Biddle actually dropping his, and oh my goodness, it's turned around so fast. It all started with that stealth cover from Bizzle.
It really did. I mean, Infuse really asserting their dominance here. I mean, look at Bizzle, 26. but he gives
This
him the
is
advantage.
This is the last hard point now. 37 seconds left to be
Oh!
back. Now, Jake taking
Jake!
down Madcat and Gunchi. This is huge play from Jake. He's got himself the war machine. Still got a Hellstorm, but he only needs his MSMC as he's taken down Jern. Goes for Gunchi. Gunchi manages to get better of him. What can Prophecy do? They're currently trailing by around 20 points. Need to get themselves to this hard point.
Oh my goodness, as Jake brings in 2, and this could be all over here as they take the lead. That's it, it's done. It's game over. Infusion have won. They've come back. They were losing for so long in that game, but they wouldn't let it die as Josh goes on a 7 streak at the end. GG, what a first game.
Right, fellas. Well, there you have it. There's another 3 announced, so obviously we'll come on to where that 4th spot goes in just a sec. So let's talk North America first. Let's talk Curse.
No, it's interesting because one thing Gfinity, and not everyone knows this, but in the contracts for Gfinity, you're allowed to change 1 player. Curse are already doing that. They're only a 3 at the moment. They lost Liar very, very recently, but Curse, massive brand. They're going to bring some star power to G2. They're also definitely in for a shot of coming around that top area. A smart man wouldn't put money on them to win it, but I think they'll come here and do some damage.
Okay, fair enough. So might not come in necessarily as one of the favourites, but not to be underestimated.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I think it will massively rely on who they do bring into that 4th. Like, they do have potential. They're a huge brand. With the right 4th, they can easily push the top 8, if not further. But I think top 8 for them coming in for pickup I think they'd be happy with that.
Okay, fair enough. Acid, we'll stay with you. We're talking Fuse now, so they're a team sort of very closely aligned with Prophecy.
Prof B.
Yeah, still
Prof
B team.
How do you feel like they might do?
Well, obviously, as everyone knew, Josh couldn't attend. So Infuse were looking for an extra player, where this is why Prophecy still will be here. Just in a form of different teams. Obviously, obviously Excellence will be filling in for Josh, which, as I said before, like, Nick's one of the best players on the game. He's the most achieved player in Europe for a reason. He's gone to many top events. He's placed top. Like, he went to COD Champs with Epsilon, pick up, went there, they placed 6. He's proven time and time again he can slot in, fill in, and he can place high. So I think Infuse, they're not losing out at all. They've come off an EGL 10 win. They're hyped. They're ready. They're bringing in a player who's won multiple events. I don't think it's going to affect them at all. I think they'll be one to watch.
So Excellence just slotting in.
Yeah.
Will just you think it's just going to enhance their ability to perform and do well at G2?
I think, like, obviously Josh is a great player, as everyone saw at iSeries this weekend. He played for Prof.
Nick's a veteran. That's what he brings. Nick is the quintessential veteran.
That was what I was about to say. Josh, as I say, is a player right now. Is probably he's probably at the peak of his career. He can still go further, but this is the best he's ever had on COD. Whereas Nick, he's still a top player, but he's got that. He's, like I said, he's won so many events. He knows how to win, and I think that's the key. That will be key for when, like, if the pressure gets on, he knows how to keep a level.
So
head.
he'll naturally, you think, sort of take some sort of leadership role within that team.
He's had a lot of experience against American teams as well. He's probably one of the players that has played against Americans more than anyone else in Europe. So he'll have a lot of experience of coming against these players and teams, which he can bring and probably even brief that team on just exactly what they can expect.
He has a very adaptive play style as well. So if things aren't good, like, I remember when we went back to MLG Black Providence, he was meant to be our all-out SMG objective player. He ended up becoming our anchor player, like, we're picking up an AR, so he can literally chop and change in games how he needs, which I don't know. I don't think it'll affect Fuse at all. I think
we'll see.
I think they'll be up there. I think they'll be pushing for the top 4.
Okay, great. Well, that's a big shout. Let's hope they do well. And finally, we have sort of a team that were a lot of people disappointed that they weren't at G1. No one was more disappointed than themselves because they had two underage players, but Epsilon will be joining us in London this time round.
Yeah, this Epsilon team, also basically Prophecy again. It's just Prophecy aren't here and then puts all his players in. It's amazing.
So, we're not here as a brand, but we're still here. Like.
So they're unfortunately they have to drop Madcat for this event.
Yeah.
After they just dropped Xanity, which was...
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, they were replacing Xanity out anyway, so they brought Madcat in, who still can't play. So it's still the 3 players who would have been coming, and then obviously Prophecy's here again. Gunchi will be filling in that spot, and Gunchi will be playing alongside Epsilon.
And Gunchi just had an amazing weekend, just gone, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, literally, he was fantastic.
Well, like I said, like Josh, like the weekend was incredible, but of course, like an MVP comes through across the whole event, and last weekend across the whole event, Gunchi was definitely the MVP. Like, people argue that was Josh, but I watched every game. and he just literally looks like the Gunchi that won multiple events in the past.
His star power's back. I firmly believe that his confidence has come back. And we've talked a lot about Prophecy. A lot of teams get talked about a lot.
We don't get spoken about a lot. Well, people put us under the carpet all the time.
The shy retiring types.
We were talking about Gunchi, and we were like, we weren't sure if he was suffering what I'm going to call now Shane syndrome. Is that because he's playing with superstars, maybe he doesn't seem to shine out as much as possible. Same thing happened to Shane when he played with Prof. He's come out of Prophecy and he's kind of become his own player. And Gunchi was kind of fading into the background a lot. He wasn't getting watched a lot on streams. He wasn't being talked about an awful lot. And then you changed the roster a little bit, and he's coming to his own. He generally has come back into the Gunchi that we all know and love.
I think the problem was like when we had the old rosters, it wasn't so much that he was underperforming. I think that because so many like Swanee, he's known for how good he is at slaying. Like, and I think he was taking. Like Swanee he was hitting so many big like 40 bombs like under Gunch, and Gunch might be hitting 20, and people were like, well, he's like, should you not be swapping Gunch? I was like, no, because I said I reckon if we let Gunch free more on the like off the leash, he would be doing that. But we had it so set when we like that team that it did affect him, and it did probably affect how he like came into game. Where when Madcat came in, we changed up Gunchi's role, we gave him more that AR Slayer on the rotations, and he's shown he is still as good as he was.
And Gunchi is as well renowned as he is, and as as a highly achieved player as he is, he's walking into an incredible lineup. I mean, make no mistake, this is an incredibly talented lineup.
Oh, it certainly is, and you got to remember the Gunch has played with all of these players recently as well. Swanee, like we just talked about, he's got Jerd in there and Shane, and he played with Jerd back at EGL 10, and he's obviously teamed with Shane for quite a while, so he's going to be very familiar with these players. So that lineup, there's got to be at least an underlying chemistry already there.
I was going to say, so anybody just thinking that the fact that the lineup has been maybe unsettled is going to have any impact on them performing at the highest level is incredibly wrong.
Yeah,
they could walk in and do they stand a chance of walking away with the title?
It very much depends. I believe it's going to be a kind of on the day thing with them guys. You got to remember this is the Prophecy team from way back, except it's Jerd instead of Jake. So I don't know. I believe if they can get into their groove and they can just click on the day, then beware everyone else because they will hammer it. If they don't, if they have a few stumbles, that could not play well for them.
I think this team is pretty much going to be like Prophecy is, and if this team gets hyped and going, there's like I've always said with Prophecy in the past, if our team gets hyped and going, I think we'll beat anyone, and no one's ever agreed. And we showed at the weekend, we got hyped and we just smashed what was meant to be the best team in Europe. So I think if this team does the same, I think if they can all get not get on each other's back if one little thing goes wrong, look, just go out, get hyped, play. They're contenders to win it. There's no reason why they can't win it. They've got such a powerful lineup. Like we said, it's pretty much an ex-Prophecy lineup, if not a future Prophecy lineup. Who knows?
Contentious words there. Well, we'll move swiftly forward. So we'll wait and see, but they'll walk in there under some sort of heavy expectation from fans because of how talented they are.
The reveal this week is heavy hitters.
Yeah.
It's all heavy hitters, and you can all sit there and go, that team could go off at the event, and it's what we're really looking forward to.
Great stuff. And obviously you'll see that there's the fourth announcement missing. So we way back when we did the first reveal show, we promised you a little bit of a surprise. We can reveal that surprise now. So what we're actually going to be doing for one of the remaining G2 spots is that here live on the 8th of September we'll be holding a 4-team UK tournament. Literally winner takes all. They take the G2 spot. Those teams involved will be Tech, Horizon, Expectation and Dominance. 4 teams in here, one day, one spot at G2, winner takes all. It's a great opportunity for these UK teams. I mean, fair to say they sort of bubble under, don't they? These are the UK teams that are sort of bubbling under the top level. No disrespect to them. There are arguments that maybe one of them should have been invited. We'll come on to that.
This is the point that people really have to grasp here. This isn't a top UK event. This isn't a top Europe event. This is an international competition. So to not get an invite is kind of like saying you're not the best 12 in the world. So it's not, oh, that's awful. I'm not terrible, but the best 12, 13 teams in the world. So to even be invited to the invitational tournament to get in for a slot, it's a massive achievement. It's still the best 4 or 5 teams, in the country. So I mean, we're talking about Tech. Tech have been very vocal about wanting to be here, to say the least.
They made their opinions clear.
Yes, they certainly did.
Last time round.
I think
yeah.
I got into a couple of arguments with them over that.
Yes. And you know what? This is their chance to prove it. If they genuinely want to be here, if they genuinely believe they should be, this is the time. They're not going to get a better shot than this of getting an invite to this tournament. And they're going to be definitely one of the 3 teams that could take this. I believe some are stronger than others.
I think the things with like these 4 teams, like if looking at them, obviously most of them got like new rosters. I know Horizon don't, but like Expectation got a new roster. Dominance have brought back Toby. They've got like AJ and Fizzy now. Tech. I think in terms of like, I think they're all on the same level. So this is now a chance. Look, go and prove you. You all wanted that spot. Go and get
they're
it.
desperate
Go
for it.
get
They're
it.
so hungry
Yeah.
for this shot. And a lot of it, some of it's like, oh, we deserve it, and the others are just like, we just want to be there so much we can prove ourselves.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the action. So obviously it's a week this coming Sunday. It's live from here. We'll announce all the times on Twitter and on the website.
It's a mini event.
It's a mini event. It'll be casted. It'll be streamed, so you won't actually have to miss anything. We'll give you those details. But I'm really excited to see who grasps that opportunity.
Yes, I'm really interested to see who's going to take it away. I'm sure people are now talking in the stream chat and on Twitter who is going to win that tournament. Honestly, my money, and I think kind of the smart money, will be on Horizon. There's a very stable roster. They've proved what they can do recently. That's my bet.
I think as a better man, you'd be stupid not to put him on Horizon. Like they place well offline, they place well online. They seem dominant. Like if you look,
it's difficult. Them 4 teams. There isn't an awful lot in them, and it can just be one game could throw them.
Well,
it's the thing with COD is such on the day thing. So, like I said, they're all so level that it will literally be, if you don't come here with the right mentality, you might as well not turned up. There's no second chance. Like come here ready, otherwise you're not going.
And it's a great reward that you take one of those spots at G2. So before we go, Asad, I just want to know who you think is actually going to win G2 overall.
Can't say prophecy. This is going to be hard.
I can win an event without sending a team.
Oh.
If I had to put my money on it now, like there's still more teams to be announced.
There are, yeah. Well, maybe I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll leave you.
So okay. Out of the teams who are there now, who's going to place the best? I'd probably say if they click Epsilon, I'm still thinking Fuse will finish in the top 4. But Complexity, I just think if they're still, I've not watched them recently, but they're still playing how they're playing. Like they were, obviously everyone's
so good, so loud.
Like I've not seen them recently, but I've heard they're not doing anything different. So
it's that unstoppable machine. So we'll see.
I think we're just gonna have to like get Clay throughout the night before the fight, like Saturday night, and just tell him his hotels that way.
Well, obviously we'll be playing fair. Whatever you do.
Ollie and his corruption, just leave it.
Yeah, Brice, Acid, thank you. Thanks very much for joining us. So just to recap, spectator tickets go on sale after the end of next Monday's show. There's all the information already on the website. The online qualifier, the first online qualifier, registration for that starts tonight at 9 PM, so don't miss that. That's also on the website, Gfinity.net. Don't forget the competition. You stand the chance to be one or 2 lucky people to walk away with one of the Mad Cats Freak headsets donated very kindly by our friends at Mad Cats. So make sure you retweet the link that we put out earlier on, plus you follow at Gfinity and of course at Mad Cats UK. We'll be back on Monday with our final reveal show. So for those of you that are about to go in the stream chat, about to go on Twitter, start complaining that you haven't heard certain names that you want to hear, make sure you're here next Monday because maybe you hear them then. It's bye from us. We'll see you Monday. Take care.
Taking too long to get away.
Oh, my God! He just turned on it.